This is the MCN Revolution, part of the London Motorcycle Show, which is held annually at the Excel Exhibition Centre. In addition to the stunt riders and freestyle motocrossers on show, this year's event featured 6 of British motorcycling's leading figures. The riders engaged in a series of battles around a purpose-built indoor track, with the emphasis being very much on entertaining the assembled bike fans. One of the 6 British riders taking part, 4-time Enduro World champion David Knight. We first met up with Knighter back in 2007 in his native Isle of Man. His sport, Enduro, is the 2-wheeled equivalent of rallying, with riders competing in a series of special stages against the clock. The terrain varies considerably, demanding both the explosiveness of motocross and the agility of trials riding. David was more than happy to show us the dirt biking skills that, at the time, had won him 2 world titles. Knighter put those skills to good use back in London in the name of light-hearted competition.
When you ride bikes, training and stuff, you can have a lot of fun. Racing's serious, you know, you enjoy it, but it's serious. This sort of thing, it doesn't happen very often. Everyone gets together and you all just have a blast all weekend, and you know, it does get quite aggressive now and then. Everyone just playing around, bashing each other, but it's good, you know, to be able to ride in front of British fans, and they can come and see you and see all them guys, all the road racing guys and stuff. It's nice, you know. You don't really get much time to spend with public at shows and stuff. At races you're always busy and you always try and make time to meet people and stuff, but you're always under pressure and stressed out, and here it's just so relaxed, and yeah, it's brilliant.
Knight has enjoyed success in both World Enduro and the United States Grand National Cross Country Series. The 33-year-old has also been a standout figure in another form of competition called Extreme Enduro. It features events such as Hell's Gate in Italy, Last Man Standing in America, and perhaps most spectacularly, the Erzberg Enduro in Austria.
I was probably the first rider to go and dominate in them, you know. The Hell's Gate, Erzberg, Last Man Standing in America, tough one. Won them all, and you know, I love doing extreme stuff. You know, I come from trials background, so it's quite easy to adapt. But the World Enduro Championship is a big one for KTM. It's where their bread and butter was. It's, you know, and that's what I get employed to do. So it's harder now with the amount of races that we have in the World Championship, and the extreme races have sort of gone more specialist. So you've got to sort of, it's like Dakar, you've got to concentrate on one or the other. But, you know, hopefully another world title this year in Enduros, and then we'll take a look, you know.
Known as the Iron Giant, the Erzberg Enduro takes place in a disused mine and is considered one of the most demanding races in motorcycling. Although Knighter has twice won this event, the current king of Erzberg is 5-time winner and fellow KTM factory rider Tadej Blazusiak of Poland.
I don't really see him that much, really. You know, we're competitors. I wouldn't say we're that good of mates. You know, we all get along good, but we don't really train or test together or anything. Obviously, he lives a long way from me, but I just sort of try and keep my own schedule and program going, and everyone's a competitor, you know, if you're teammates or not. And you know, with the extreme sort of races, I know I can still beat him in them races, you know, with the Erzberg and stuff. And hopefully this year, like calendar permitting, hopefully for once he don't they don't put Erzberg on when there's a World Enduro, so hopefully I've got a couple of weeks before to get dialed in and then go to Erzberg and try and beat everyone.
David also intends to compete in the Dakar Rally at some point. Although it now takes place in South America, the Dakar is still considered the toughest and most prestigious of all off-road events.
I think it's something that I will do one day. Obviously I'm in the best team to go and do it, but we'll just see. You know, it's quite hard getting the backing and everything from the UK to go and do it. Like John Deacon was probably the last, you know, he was the last Brit to be successful there and win stages. You know, obviously it's sort of dominated by foreigners at the minute. At the minute I'm focused on the Enduros, and after that, who knows.
Although he still doesn't receive the recognition he deserves, Knight continues to conquer all before him and remains one of the two-wheeled world's outstanding performers.
I'm really lucky to be able to do what I do for a living. So it doesn't bother me that much, but you know, you do sometimes feel a little bit forgotten, left out. You know, I've won 4 world titles and 4 American ones. If I was a road racer, you know, everyone would know who you are, or a cyclist or whatever, but knowing that you're at the top of your sport, the fastest man in the world at what you do, then if you know that in your house, that's all I've cared about since I was little. You know, we wanted to be the best, and to get there, it's you know, it's brilliant.